Hey everyone. Today, let's talk about a word we all think we know, science. But what if I told you that the simplest way to define it actually unlocks a kind of secret language? One that's been hiding right under our noses this whole time. It's pretty fascinating, so let's dive in.
Okay, so right now, just for a second, how would you define science? Seriously, what comes to mind? I bet it's something about labs and white coats, the scientific method. Maybe you're thinking of super complex stuff like quantum physics or molecular biology, right? Okay, just hang on to that thought for a moment.
Now check this out. This is an actual definition from a dictionary. The study of finding how things work. That's it. So simple, so clear. It's almost too simple, you know? It feels a little suspicious. But here's the thing. That simplicity is not a mistake. It is completely 100% intentional.
So where in the world does a definition like that come from? Well, it's not from your standard dictionary. It's from a pretty special project, one with a really specific goal.
It's from something called the Simple English Wiktionary, and its whole mission is to make information easy for everyone to understand. Think about people learning English, or kids, or honestly any of us who just want a straight answer without a bunch of confusing jargon. And to pull that off, they have to follow a very, very strict set of rules.
Okay, and this is where it gets really cool, because this isn't just about dumbing things down, not at all. There's this incredibly smart system working behind the scenes. It's almost like a secret code hiding in plain sight. And the best part? The clue to figuring it all out is right there in the dictionary entry we've been looking at.
Tucked away in the notes for the word science, you'll find this little phrase. Science is on the basic English 850 list. That's it. That's our key. That one little sentence explains everything. But of course, it just leads to another question. What on earth is the basic English 850 list?
850. What is that? It's not the number of scientific fields. It's not some random page number. It's something way more profound. It's the number of words. That's all the words you supposedly need to explain pretty much any idea in English.
And that's what this is. It's called Basic English. It's a simplified version of the language, created way back in the 1930s by a linguist. And his whole idea was that you could communicate just about anything with a hand-picked list of only 850 core words. And that's the exact system the Simple English Wiktionary is built on. So just to put that in perspective for you, a standard English dictionary has what, over 170,000 words? Basic English has just 850. That's it. And the way it works is by using this small toolkit of words, verbs, nouns, adjectives, that you can combine in clever ways to get bigger ideas across. It's all about getting the most meaning out of the fewest words possible.
All right, so now that we know the secret, now that we know about basic English, let's go back to that definition of science. All of a sudden, everything about it just clicks into place. You can actually see the system working. I mean, look at how it's laid out. It starts with the absolute basics, assuming you know nothing. It tells you that the singular is science and the plural is sciences. So simple, right? But it's totally fundamental. There's just no way to get confused. And then you can see how it starts to build out from there. It gives you related words like scientist or scientific, and then it even gives you examples like biology, chemistry, physics. It's like it's creating this little web of knowledge with everything connecting back to that one simple core idea. But this is the real kicker. Let's look at that definition one more time. The study of finding how things work. Get this, every single one of those main words, study, find, how, things work. Every one of them is on that 850-word list. So the definition isn't just simple by chance. It's a perfectly crafted sentence built entirely from the approved building blocks of basic English. How cool is that? Okay, so we've seen how it works. But now, for the big question, so what? Why does any of this matter? What's the point of this kind of super simple language? Well, it turns out it's actually incredibly powerful.
For one, it's an amazing way to teach English to someone just starting out. It's also used for things like technical manuals, for complicated equipment where you absolutely cannot have any confusion. And think about international communication for business or politics. It's a way to make sure everyone is speaking the same language, literally.
And that's really the main takeaway here. We have this idea that using simple language means you're not smart. But this whole system proves the exact opposite. Real genius is being able to take something super complex and make it simple and clear for anyone to understand. Simplicity isn't a weakness, it's a superpower.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Pick something in your life that's complex. Could be your job, a hobby, anything you're passionate about. Now, imagine you had to explain it using only the simplest words you could think of. How would you do it? And what do you think you'd learn about it yourself just by trying? It's something to chew on. Thanks so much for joining me.